Hi, I'm Jamie and welcome to Teachers Tech. Today I want to show you how to create a pivot table in Google Sheets. If you're unfamiliar with what a pivot table is, you can take data like this where it's just rows and rows of information, but quickly turn it into this with just a few clicks so you can really dive down and analyze what you need to find and then add some charts to it. Let me show you how to do this today on Teachers Tech. If you want to follow along with today's tutorial, I'll put a link to this Google Sheets down below in the description. And then when you click on it, it's just going to create a copy and then you can follow with me step by step. Just before we insert our pivot table, click somewhere inside the range of data. So I'm just going to click on this spot. It could be anywhere. This is a little bit of a shortcut because now if I go to insert and then I go to pivot table, notice it knows what the range is. It says A1 to G51, A1 to G51. If I was clicked a couple cells out when I inserted the pivot table, I would just have to go and select the data range. What you can do, this is just a little bit of a shortcut. Now, a couple options you get here. Where do you want to place your pivot table? Do you want it on a new sheet where it's going to create a new tab at the very bottom? Or do you want it on this existing sheet that I'm working on? And if I click this, I could specify where on the sheet that I want to place this. In this purpose here, I want it on a new sheet, on a new tab that will get created. So at this point, all I do is hit create. Now, what we have is our pivot table created, but we haven't added any fields to it. And over here, we have rows, columns, values, and filters. And if I look at suggested, they'll suggest a few ideas of what we should add, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go and just show you how easy you can start to manipulate the data so you can analyze it. Let's start with rows. I really want to find out my top ice cream salespeople here. So I'm going to go to rows and click on add. And I have some options here. All of these here are going to be the headers from across here. So then if I say add salesperson to the rows, it goes across this way. It was able to pull from that beginning sheet all the different salespeople from it. Now, it doesn't tell me anything about sales. I have to add another field to this. If I go down to values here, I'm going to click add. Here's total sales right here. So as soon as I click on it, now I have a total sales. So I can look right away. It's Alice is going to be the top salesperson. And I can see Eva Storm here is needs to pull up her socks a little bit in the sales of ice cream. Now, if I don't want this grand total here, you're going to notice there's some checks here. I can just turn this on or off. How do you want this sorted? Well, I had it ascending. It could be descending. Check how dynamic this is and how quickly this changes. Sort by sum of totals or salesperson. This is what I wanted on it. But I can quickly change any of these too. So if I didn't want total sales, if I close out of that, just exit out, it's gone. Maybe I want to see units. So if I go back and say total units sold, as soon as I click on that, now I have a snapshot of who's selling the most units, and I can see it corresponding to the sales with Alice Frost here. But I can also have multiple values. So if I go and click add again and I want them side by side, I could have total sales right here, and then it just adds another column. But it's very easy to get those quick snapshots like this where I can just add another value, close them out. But I can even go a little bit further in this. So if I go back up and I can add multiple rows to this. So if I click add, I'm really curious about the region of each of the breakdowns. So if I click on region, look what it just did for me. It has Eva, here are her three, and I can see right away she's not selling in not all of them, only on the three. So it's giving me this quick information just by glancing at this, and I can go through and see the breakdown of each region. If I didn't want it looking like this, so I could exit out a region and I could place it as a column. So maybe if I put the region across the top, is this easier to see? So now I have it in each column. Very easy to manipulate to get the data looking just the way you want. If I was going to go and actually break it down a little bit further, let's say add, I'm really curious about the flavor, where the different flavors of different regions are. I'm going to go flavor. Now look across the top here. I have Central going across the top, and I have it broken down by chocolate chip, cookie dough, mint, Rocky Road, and I can just get further into the data. So from the beginning part right here, where I had all this just in different rows of entry, now within a few clicks, I'm taking this information and trying to find out exactly what I want. Let me show you some other easy ways you can manipulate this data. So you have all these different fields chosen, and if I look over, we have our central, so our regions are here, and then our flavors. Look at this. If I go to flavors and just drag it above, now I have it broken down by my flavors, looking at, so I can see chocolate, and then I can look at the different regions. So just by moving things around, you can adjust. So if I bring flavor up here, what happens? It completely changes it to the row. So I have chocolate. So now I can quickly look at chocolate, see the different salespeople, and then I can even look at the different regions with the totals. On each of these here, notice that we have show totals, show totals. If you don't want to see any all totals for everything, you can just turn them on or off to get exactly, again, what you want. The other thing I want to show you here is the filters, because you can go through, and maybe we wanted to dig down through the flavors or a certain salesperson, I can add a filter. So let's try it with salesperson first. So if I was going to go salesperson, and then I go show all items. So right now, all 5 salespeople are selected. If I hit clear, and maybe I just want to know between Bob and Cindy, and I hit OK. So this just changes now where I can take a quick glance at those two. So everything is in comparison, comparing Bob and Cindy and their sales with the regions. If I didn't want some of the information, again, I can go up and close the region down. The other thing you can do, you can use Control Z to go back a step if you wanted just to quickly put it back that way. So if I go back down again, if we wanted to try a different filter, maybe I wanted to see based on flavor, and I can go and show my results, and I look at the different ones. I could hit clear all and pick Rocky Road and chocolate, hit OK. So now I'm just looking at chocolate and Rocky Road. So it makes it just easier to look at the data. So now that you've gotten some data, how do you chart this? Let me give you an example. I'm just going to go and put back all the people. So if I go select all under the filter, it will put everybody back, selected, hit OK. Now I have the complete list. I want to look at the total sales per person per region on here. I don't need flavor, so I'm going to get rid of flavor. And you can play around to make your own different charts for this. So right now I have my salespeople here, and I have my grand totals here on each side. I could turn these off or on. So if I click and to see the differences, do I need to see the grand totals? You know what, I don't think I do for this one here. And I'm also going to go and turn this one off here. So I just have this information I'm going to chart. So it makes it really easy. All I have to do is select the information right here, and I'm going to go insert my chart. So now it puts this information, and I can look at it. I can see Eva Storm, and I can see those 3 different ones that she sells to. I can move this around. I can click and move this around the page, and I'm going to show you a little bit of customization to this. But it gives a kind of a nice breakdown of the different regions for each person in the sales connected to them with the amounts. If I go over, if I want to make a quick change to the column chart, if I drop down, I can pick different ones in a hurry to see what would work best for the visual that you have. I'm just going to choose this one right here, and I need to change the title. So I can click, when I click into here, notice it goes to customization. I can just type, here's my title over here, but if I was going to just type, I could put ice cream sales, just like that. And I can do these different customizations. Take a look at all the different ones that you can have as you go through them, what you can add to each of these. But I have this information. I think that will work fine for the data that I wanted to show. So it gives me that quick idea to pull that information, what started from this list right here. In a few minutes, you can make a few clicks, add a chart, and you have this information. I'm just going to leave you one last tip here, and that's if this pivot table editor gets closed. So I'm going to close this. If you open it and it's not there and you're looking for where did they put this, if you hover over the pivot table here, you get this little edit. If you click on it, it will open up the pivot table editor again. So I hope you like learning about how to use pivot tables in Google Sheets. Let me know down below in the comments, what else are you looking to learn? Check out my other Google Sheets tutorials as well. I'll place a link in the card up above and down below in the description. Thanks for watching this time on Teachers Tech. I'll see you next time with more tech tips and tutorials.